Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
the
you
pool
are.
house is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome, everyone, on the replay live. This is MME late. I didn't know what to call it for tonight because usually when I'm off schedule, I'll do the MME late. I am off schedule this week because I just still have so much going on. My dad didn't have a great day yesterday, and I was over there helping him, and then I rearranged this whole room, moving very heavy furniture, getting him organized and clean, and that took a lot out of me. Please, if you are here, thumbs up the video. I appreciate the support. The channel can actually grow if I have more time. With your support and engagement, we could go places, and I'm going to do lots of great things with this channel. I'm never letting this channel go again. And as you can see, we have stuff going on. I'm still working on the game room. I'm going to be going. Now, I would have liked to the Power Hour and with Bruce and the mic drop. And unfortunately, even to the max probably aren't going to happen this week because I will be at Baltimore with Bruce and Renovision people, at least Saturday, probably hanging out Sunday. Oh, I'm getting a text from my mother. Okay, I'm constantly busy. What is going on now? Oh, she's asking if there were some free cabinets I was trying to get on Facebook Marketplace for my house. Nothing to do with my game room, and they sold right away. I contacted the lady right away too. It just didn't happen. All right, so yes, very busy this week. Hopefully next week I get back to a regular streaming schedule. Potentially I could have a member stream Sunday. Depends on what. No, Bianca, I do intend to do Facebook Marketplace, but you have to be quick for the cheap and the good stuff. You have to contact them right away and say, I'll pick it up right away. Because mainly I found when someone put price to something cheap, they want it out of their house. So you have to be ready to go. So I contacted the lady. She said free cabinets. I was going to surprise my wife with some really nice free cabinets for the living room. They sold. She didn't get back to me, and it says sold. So I was also looking for a Bowflex system for $50, but that also sold because I was like, ooh, a Bowflex for $50 that's pre-built. That's great. So for this stream, I did put the link in the Twitter DM group. It's just going to be a few tops. I am going to engage with the mailbag. Let me know if I'm missing anything that's currently going. Let me know if the video and the audio look great, because I want to improve the quality here, for sure. I eventually want to get a nicer camera down here besides my laptop camera. So let's say hi to the chat. Isaac, the biggest movie fan. Chubby Teddy, Monster Productions, which I need to get on the show again. Sean Hickman. Yes, that is Slimer behind me, Chubby Teddy. And Isaac is back. MME late. Nice title. Yeah, he's doing okay. I actually got him a CRT TV, and I hooked it up for him so he could watch and borrow my VHS tapes. So the VHS tapes do double duty in my collection. My dad watches them as soon as I give them to him and give them back. So I have not seen Agatha All Along yet. I may actually react. I'm debating on whether I want to react to Geeks and Gamers video, because I saw some things on Twitter and X where, again, they are saying it's the gayest Marvel show ever. I don't care when people say that, but you know how people react to that. So that is a thing that's happening right now with Agatha. But honest, they're saying Agatha goes full acolyte, which I don't care. If the quality's good, the quality is good. I do have Star Trek on VHS. What does that mean, though? I don't think it means anything. I think it just is meant to trigger people, and they're like, sure, because actors are extremely progressive when they are asked that question. Like, yeah, I hope it is, you know. And then certain people get triggered. That's all. All right, let me see. We are going to do the mailbag. Let's go to Joe Blow, and let me check on the likes. And there's that's the main topic I wanted to cover is Skeleton Crew images look really good. Let me see. Really digging Agatha so far. It's early, but the people who bitched about the show even being made are looking really dumb. Yeah. Bianca says, heard Wiccan is in it, which is canonically gay. Now give us Hulkling. Okay. Does my dad like Star Trek? Yes. Not so much all the TV series, but definitely the movies for sure. I'm actually surprisingly hyped for Skeleton Crew as well. And I think it's the similar reason, Chubby Teddy. All the pictures of the practical monster makeup for these alien creatures that also look like classic movie monsters too. I think that's why we're liking it. Okay. Let me bring up Joe Blow, see if they have an article on it. They have an article about Agatha. Oh, yeah, here it is. Urkel is in it. So we'll bring that up first. And let me check on the likes, because I really need your support with the likes. You've been really coming through the last few streams, and it's making all the difference on the channel. Really is. And we are going places. We're going to be doing lots of great things before the end of 2024. So we're up to 9 likes. Let's at least get 20 for the night, please. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, let me bring up the Skeleton Crew images, the new image of Skeleton Crew. This was honestly my least anticipated when they first announced it. And there's not like a bunch of news today in entertainment, but this is out there. And there's also the Penguin premiere with James Gunn, and you have Colin Farrell talking about he would do a season 2. So there is good news out there. Streaming in the fall TV season is looking really good, looking very entertaining. I haven't been able to get to the theater. I want to get back to the theater, maybe when I'm less busy, but I'm really happy that there are so many great shows coming out. All right, so let me bring this up first. Star Wars Skeleton Crew image features Urkel himself, Jaleel White, as a space pirate. Jaleel White is a cyborg space pirate in the new image from Star Wars Skeleton Crew, the upcoming live-action series coming to Disney+. With The Acolyte having come and gone, not to mention getting canceled, the stage is set for the Star Wars Skeleton Crew, the next live-action Star Wars series on Disney+. Entertainment Weekly has dropped a couple of new images from Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which includes Jaleel White, Urkel, as a space pirate. I'm glad he's in it. Look at all these images here. I really like this werewolf-looking guy. I think there was some kind of creature similar in A New Hope. I think that's the one where Obi-Wan chopped his arm off when he was saving Luke and the cantina scene. I think there was a similar creature. But I'm digging this. And I was thinking like, oh, a bunch of little kids, but they have that little alien creature that looks like Max Rebo's race. Alien race. And that looks cool. And I think he's going to steal the show, or they are going to steal the show. I don't know what gender the Max Rebo elephant thing is. Puppers and Urkel. Yeah. I think Urkel, yeah, the Max Rebo kid. Exactly. I actually sold my childhood Max Rebo figure, Chubby Teddy, like a week or two ago. But I wanted different things, and I don't really have a huge action figure collection, mainly from when I was growing up. My mother got me only the clearance characters, and Max Rebo was an anomaly. I had the Max Rebo band. Hey, Thomas Gilkey, nice to see you. I'd love to have you on the show sometime. You're very excited for the Skeleton Crew. Cool. Yes, I am too. I have to renew my Disney Plus because I think I accidentally canceled it on my card. You would have bought that from me? Okay. Let me see here. Those are pirates. We've seen pirates in Star Wars before. It sounds like they were more heavily featured in Skeleton Crew. Within the era they're in, there's also proof that they may have that what's that Michael Jackson ride at Disney World that was years ago, Captain EO. There may be creatures from Captain EO along in the show, along with space pirates and practical like monster effects. That's great. Hopefully, do you think they're going to be hunting for like a treasure or something? I don't know what they're going to be doing. The Skeleton Crew. Okay, so let me go more through this. We've seen pirates in Star Wars before. It sounds as though they'll be more heavily featured in Skeleton Crew. The Empire's gone, and so we're playing with a part of the galaxy that has a resurgence of piracy. Pirates are talked about so much in Star Wars, people would call Han Solo a pirate, and he'd be like, how dare you? And we find, pirates and smugglers. And we've seen some awesome pirates in the animated shows. So this was something where both executive producers, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, were really excited to do more pirate stuff. I welcome that idea. The Empire's gone. You need some, you still need some villainy. Pirates of the Galaxies, like a really intimidating villain pirate would be awesome. I'm all for that. I'm all for just another, besides another just like cookie cutter, the Empire's back, but they're called the New Order or something like that. There's not much difference. Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Okay, looking for candy treasures. It will be an ADA for brushing your teeth. Okay. All right, let me see what else is here. The official synopsis, because I don't even know if I know the official synopsis. The series follows the journey of 4 kids who make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet, then get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy, crossing paths with the likes of Jod Nawood, the mysterious character played by Law. Finding their way home and meeting unlikely allies and enemies will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. Okay. I do think it needs to succeed. It would be really damaging to Disney Plus Star Wars shows if I love The Acolyte, but if you have 2 underperforming shows right back to back, that's going to be rough to come back from that. And that could impact other Disney Star Wars shows being made. So that's it. What are your thoughts on this show now? Were you looking forward to it originally, or some of the new either trailers or images of these creature design or the synopsis? Is that getting you on board? I know, just to reiterate, originally I wasn't excited about this project, but the more I see, the more I am excited. It feels like something different. It feels like something fresh. It feels like something that's cool for around Halloween with these creatures. I know they're just alien creatures, but they have sort of that monster movie alien vibe type, So my anticipation is up. All right, let's see what else we could find here. See what else is happening. This is weird. Does anyone really like? I like Arrow. You'll watch. You're not holding your breath. Okay. I like Arrow from the CW with Stephen Amell. Okay. But he's gotten very sensitive lately. He's very much like a snowflake. And he says, I wasn't a fan of the Green Arrow jokes on the Peacemaker. I didn't effing appreciate that at all. I hope he's joking. You don't think he's being serious, are you? It's in the first season of Peacemaker, Christopher Smith, I don't even remember the joke, took a shot at Green Arrow saying, that dude goes to brony conventions dressed as the back half of Twilight Sparkle with a 4-inch wide butthole drilled into the costume. While speaking with Chris Van Fleet, Green Arrow star Stephen Amell made it clear that he didn't appreciate the cheap shot at a character he played for a decade. That was a little unnecessary. I didn't appreciate that at all. Between the movies and Peacemaker a little bit, our show has been treated like shirt. I get it. We're on the CW. I get it. It's TV. But I also get the phase that people in the most recent iteration of DC, they don't think about the Snyder Cut. They think about the Arrowverse. We've got crapped on for years and years and years, and this just seemed excessive. I'm not actually mad, but just remember hearing that and just being F those guys. Like, seriously. It should be noted that Amell has gone to My Little Pony conventions with his younger daughter, so you can understand why he might have some feelings about that particular day. I'm up here. I'm working just as hard as anyone else. Do you know how hard it is to play a superhero with no superpowers for 23 episodes a year? It's really, really, really hard. And I'm not looking for a prize, but like maybe don't shirt on our show. If I should be mad at anyone, it'd be James Gunn for writing that in the first place. He said, but Cena could not be a nicer guy. It's not a personal vendetta against Cena. So Stephen Amell does not like James Gunn for the jokes in Peacemaker. Amell is weird. DL says that's because Arrow is trash. No, I don't think Arrow's trash. It's okay. It's not trash though. I didn't remember it either. He's a My Little Pony fan. Yeah. Green Arrow being the constant butt of the jokes has always been a joke. Being gay is also one of them from the animated Brave and the Bold cartoon. Okay. I, for one, really, I would love a movie version of Green Arrow. I really would. He gets Batman all the time. He's similar to Batman, but he's different. I would love a real good live action Green Arrow movie with Black Canary. Regardless, I would love to see that. I would love to see that more than some of these other characters that James Gunn's bringing in. Steven Ortega, did you watch the Mickey 17 trailer and thoughts? No, I did not. I might. Amell and TMNT, and I'm going to be a detective someday. Yeah. I think he's taken it to. Maybe he just wanted to make the news and give props to all the Arrowverse. That's where they got the name. I was there for the beginning of the Arrowverse. I loved the beginning of Flash. It was amazing. But I really fell off. I didn't finish anything. Ooh, here we go. I'm almost done with season 1. Thank you again, Larry Korkowitz, hosting a watch party supported a watch party for From season 1. Me and my wife are almost done with season 2. Here is the initial reviews from season 3 to TV review. The Supernatural Mystery Series is back with more chills. One of the most popular horror series on TV is back with a very strong 3rd season. Now, I don't want to get any spoilers, but it's just 7 out of 10. Good. Okay. Crystal Lake. Let me see that. Everything we know about the new Friday the 13th series. They're still doing this? Crypto confirmed? Where? Where's Crypto confirmed? He hates Batman. Okay. All right. Let me Crystal Lake, everything we know about the new Friday the 13th series. Arrow in the Head has put together a list of everything we know about the Crystal Lake, the new Friday the 13th TV series. Where's it going to be? Friday the 13th series called Crystal Lake for A24 in the Peacock streaming service. But things have turned out to be more complicated than expected. First, the lengthy writer's strike slowed down the progress of the show. Then Fuller got the boot and was replaced. It remains to be seen when Crystal Lake will go into production. But since Friday the 13th has come back around the calendar, we thought this would be a good time for us to share everything we know about Crystal Lake. So basically, there's no news. I clicked it because I wanted news, because I am starting to get into horror. I do want to revisit Friday the 13th. I maybe have seen the first one. That's it. And there's no news really here. It's just saying everything we know just because it's Halloween. They brought this out. Okay, first showrunner that's no longer. Right situation. As Fuller told Fangoria, we used everything. We could go to hell. We could go to space. That's not to say we will do those things. Although if we do 10 seasons, I will be lobbying hard to go to space. A24 and Mark Toberoff have beautifully and excruciatingly assembled all of the Friday the 13th rights as a streaming series. We have the rights to do everything under the Friday the 13th umbrella. So that's actually good. Like, if they are going to do a series, they could do lots of things, go lots of places. There's lots of sequels. I heard there's not good sequels too, like the space one. But you know what? They could do it. The movie rights are a completely different thing. They are tied up at New Line and are super, super messy. Oh, that is interesting. Okay. So because it's a TV series, it's something new, they could do more. Whereas if they tried to do a movie, it's probably going to be bad because they're limited on what they could do. You never want to limit a franchise right off the bat, shackle it, handcuff it to what the rights holders want. You know? Send me this proof that the Crypto is confirmed for the Superman 25. You know, Bruce, I would really like to see that. Oh, who is here? Oh, Joe is up. Hey, Joe.
Yo.
Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to be on late tonight. I just, I was so busy lately that this is the only time I got to stream. I might stream again tomorrow night, and then I'm leaving Friday.
How are you going? How are you going?
What's that?
I said, where you going?
Baltimore.
Oh, yes, Baltimore.
The Baltimore Comic Con. I'm going to meet up with Bruce and the Red Vision people on Saturday. And then I'm either leaving Saturday night or Sunday morning or something, Sunday or afternoon.
Slash Film earlier today published an article about the 90s, the unmade 90s sequel to Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Mm-hmm.
And they put a link to the script. So I'm currently printing out the script to Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Oh, that's
because
cool.
I want to read it. And I've always been disappointed they didn't make that movie because it just sounds awesome.
Did you see the sequel yet?
Twice.
Did you like it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's very good. It's even better the second time. Like, I liked it the first time, but I'm like, oh, it was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. Then I saw it the second time. I'm like, who am I kidding? This is great. It's really funny.
That's cool. I want to watch the first one again before I see the sequel because I haven't watched the first one in a while, and I have it on VHS. This topic is about Friday the 13th. Do you like that series? And this is also saying that even though they've had some issues with the showrunner, a series, the rights for a TV series are a lot easier than making like a rebooted movie, because there's all kind of restrictions on movie reboots and
Right.
rights, whereas a series opens up where they could do lots of different things with all the different movies. What's
Yeah.
your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'll watch it. I have nostalgia for Friday the 13th because I watched him as a kid, so I have nostalgia for him. But the truth is, I mean, they're really not very good.
Really?
They're entertaining, but I mean, they're
Well, who's better, Michael Myers or Freddy or who?
well, I don't know. I mean, there's so many movies. I think, without question, the one who is the most creative and has the most potential for stories is Freddy.
Freddy.
Because you're dealing with dreams, and when you're dealing with dreams, like anything can happen in a dream. So you can kind of do anything with that character. I don't even think they scratched the surface of the things you could do with Freddy. The original Halloween and a couple of the Halloween sequels are really good. Some of the Halloween sequels are absolutely dreadful. Friday the 13th, I think, is reliably entertaining. Like, even when those movies are garbage, they're still fun. So they got that going for them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be watching and reviewing more of these movies. What I'm gonna do is, you know how they do right out of the theater reactions? I'm gonna do right out of the VCR reactions. I'm gonna take it out of the VCR and tell you right away what I think. I'll do a minute part for short, and then I'll do like 3-5 minute thoughts on my VHS. I'm just gonna watch it right in my game room.
Well, all right.
Yeah, but I'm excited about this Crystal Lake series. I'd like it to be the world to be expanded more. Joe, you think they could do? Do you think there's enough there though that there could be a better interpretation?
I mean, I don't really see. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of potential for a TV series, because it's just Jason. There's really no story there. It's just mindless killing. Like, Jason just comes back and he kills people, and that's it. That's the whole thing. And I mean, for 90 minutes, it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of a fun romp to watch. But I don't know how you build on that week to week to week. In fact, every time they've tried to build any kind of mythology, it's just kind of been lame. Like, I'm thinking of Jason Goes to Hell when they're like, oh, yes, only a Voorhees can kill him. And it's like, well, why? Like, because it's in the script. That's why. It's like, there's no sense behind it. I don't know. Did you say you've only seen the first Friday the 13th?
I think. I don't even think I've seen the whole thing.
So you haven't even seen any of the ones with Jason in them.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I may have seen parts of the other ones, but I've never really. I know, Isaac. Thank you. My out of theater reactions are way better than John Campion's. I appreciate that. I was kidding. Okay, but I'm still looking forward to the series. What's your favorite horror franchise, Joe?
I mean, either Scream or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm
I
Street.
mean, I think if we're going with pure quality, it's got to be Scream, because the Scream movies, with the exception of Scream 3, they're all good. Like, there's not a
You don't
bad
like Scream 3?
movie. Well, Scream 3 is kind of a disaster. I mean, they had problems. Kevin Williamson, who wrote the first two, he was directing. He was making his directorial debut with Teaching Mrs. Tingle, so he wasn't available to write the third one. So they got no talent hack Aaron Kruger to write it. He's just one of the worst writers in Hollywood, and I happen to know he also used to beat his wife. Firsthand, I know this because I know people who know him. So not a nice guy, not a good writer. Yeah. So no, Scream 3 is not great.
What are you thinking about? I covered it earlier in this episode, the Skeleton Crew new images. It looks really good. I'm really getting on board for this.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I have to renew.
I have faith in them. Other than Andor, I've pretty much liked everything they've done. So except the animation. I don't really like Bad Batch or Clone Wars. I haven't
Show
really
the
been
pics.
into
Show the
that.
pics again of okay. Let me see if I could find them again. Of Skeleton Crew. All right, I'll do that just for you, El Necron.
There we
Remember,
go.
if you're just getting here, thumbs up
Got
the
it.
video. We're still stuck on 9 likes.
There it
Beetlejuice
is.
Goes
All
Hawaiian.
printed out now, so I can read Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian now.
Cool.
I mean, just the title's cool. They should have made this movie. Apparently, it ends with Beetlejuice having a surf contest with like a dead Hawaiian demon god or something. It just sounds great.
Joe, did you know that Urkel, Jameel White, is going to be in this now?
I did not, but there you
Look,
go.
so that's new to you. Look, there he
You-
is
you
as a
know-
space pirate.
I gotta say, you know what he looks like in that image there? He looks like a character from Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future.
I don't know that show.
You don't know Captain Power? You don't remember Captain
No.
Power from the 80s?
No.
You shot your toys at the TV screen?
Maybe. I'm trying to think. Respect Urkel, son. I remember watching. Wasn't it Family Matters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching some of that. I hope he's not just I hope he's got something to do and he's not just the side, like a real side character list. Like he's just there. That's it. I hope he gets something cool to do. But then here's the image of all the space pirates there. I really like the one that looks like a werewolf. Really cool.
Did you watch Agatha?
No, I did not.
Really good. Really good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. Hopefully, they can keep it up. But so far,
Well, there's already controversy. Not that we care, but on the press tour, they're like, "Oh, again, this is the gayest MCU show ever." I don't care, but that's going to get a certain thing. They're saying full acolyte. This is Captain Power.
that's the cast of Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future.
Oh, I thought it was animated. Okay, so this was a live action show or movie?
No, it was a series. Yeah, live action.
Never
TV
heard
series.
of it. Never heard of it.
It aired Saturday mornings in the 80s. It was a Mattel toy line, and you could shoot characters on the screen with the toys, and the TV would shoot back at your toys.
What's going on with our connection? Is that me or you?
Is what?
Bruce, their connection was going all wonky. Bruce, I don't care either way, but that's not what's making the news there. The news is she's going full acolyte. The actress, a few of the actresses said that. That looks like
I hope it's the gayest thing I've ever seen. I hope there's I hope it's gayer than anything.
I mean, I don't care, but I don't need to see the gayest thing I've ever seen.
No, I want to see that.
I mean, I'm not against it or anything, but
I'm at the point now
you.
where I'm at the point now where I just want those idiots to be uncomfortable. So let's turn it into full on gay porn for all I care. Let's just make those guys really uncomfortable.
No, don't do that for
no.
Don't do that for a Disney Plus show.
I'm all for it. If it makes the Critical Stinker and his friends get all upset, then go for it. Screw those guys.
All right. Well, let me share this with everyone since I'm getting into horror.
The funniest thing is they said that the Acolyte was the gayest Star Wars show, and it wasn't. I mean, we had an insinuation that the witches may have been lesbians, but it was never confirmed.
Well, there's more. There's more gay witches. That's what's happening. So.
Yeah, but I mean, in the Acolyte, they never confirmed that those Force witches were even gay. I mean, it was insinuated they probably were, but it was. So they're like, "Oh, gayest Star Wars ever," and it's like it's not actually there. If that's what you're worried about, it's not actually in the show. So,
man. Well, I wanted to ask you and the audience, did you see the Terrifier movies?
No, I have no interest in them.
Is
I
it
have
too
a,
much? Is it too much? Is it
Well,
too extreme?
it's like I always say, I have a friend, his name's Chris. He loves horror films. I mean, every horror film. He's never seen a horror film he doesn't like. The most direct-to-video schlock you've ever seen, he'll sit there and go, oh, yeah, that was good. He does not discriminate. If it's a horror film, he likes it. And he told me, stay away from Terrifier 2. That's gore for gore's sake. And I was like, whoa, that is literally the first time I've ever heard you say anything negative about a horror film. So I kind of was like, you know what? If Chris, who likes everything, tells me this one's not worth your time, I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Cal's agreeing with you. I don't care about Terrifier either. I don't care about the gore. It's not cinema. Okay.
Also, haven't we overdone creepy clowns? Like, I feel like creepy clowns have kind of they're a little passe at this point.
Bruce is sick of straight stuff being shoved in his face. Me too.
There you go. I mean, it's true. It's true. Aren't there more straight couples on television and in movies? But you hear all the straight people going, "You're shoving the gay stuff in my face." Well, I think we've been shoving the straight stuff in all the gay people's faces for so long that you can deal with it.
Yeah. El Necron wants 80s inappropriate stuff shoved in his face. Wait, what?
What's 80s inappropriate stuff?
I don't.
You
I
can
don't.
shove
There
this-
was.
you can shove some Mr. T. In
I
my face.
actually think you
Ow.
could get away with more in the 70s, 80s, and 90s than now in movies.
Yeah.
I do like. Yes. You can't get away with certain things anymore. Not that you should. I don't know. It's a weird statement to make, but there's some stuff in those movies you're like, whoa, it's shocking. Okay.
Well, it's
I
like
was gonna
Airplane.
give this series
Airplane's rated PG, and there's like a boobs. There's a couple boob scenes in there. I think it's like that's PG.
Cal wants Florence Pugh shoved in his face in a good way. She is a beautiful woman, so I don't,
I like
comment, Cal, but I kind of understand.
Here's the thing: I like Florence Pugh. She's a great actress, very talented, a lot of charisma, beautiful. But I always feel like because of her name, I feel like she would smell bad because her name's Pugh.
Oh,
Like wouldn't you think that? Like it's like Florence
her
Pugh.
name makes her even more iconic. Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
it's like
boobs.
if you knew a guy named
80s
Joey
80s
Stink,
boobs.
would you want to hang out with Joey Stink? I don't know.
It's different. Oh, that's so nice, Bianca. You know who else is beautiful? My mom. That's so nice. Okay, no, I did not need you to elaborate, Cal. We have other people in the chat that I'll need to read that. Okay, but here's the new skeleton.
What you mean like wait, you mean like Alf?
No, that's not the
or what's going on in
the cat he's gonna eat.
What's going on in Springfield, Illinois? They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
It's the rumor.
All right, so Terrifier, I was gonna give this a shot, but everyone's like, no, it's just Art the Clown.
Perp likes it.
To unleash chaos in the unsuspecting residents of Mao's country as they peacefully drift off to sleep on Christmas Eve. Do you like horror movies more when they're around Christmas? Ooh, that does look brutal.
I mean, I do like Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, I will say that I will say that Local Boy and all around good dude, and now of course I'm blanking on his name. Crap, Grandpa from the Terrible Monsters movie. Geez, I'm blanking on his name right now. Nice guy. He's playing Santa Claus in this.
Here's Liz, whose bladder leaks drop in uninvited. But instead of period pads, she brought poison.
Did you get that? Did you hear that ad?
I heard about bladder leaks.
Yeah.
How did they know? How did
why
they know?
is
My
bladder?
voice isn't even on
Why is
camera.
there a? Why? Hold on a second. This isn't even my fault. This is JoeBlow.com when they have a article about a new Terrifier movie, they're advertising bladder leaks. This is going to be so scary, you're going to have trouble holding your bladder. So this isn't even my fault, everyone. Believe me, I am not looking at. I do not. I might have to, depending on how much horror movies I watch. Bruce, when you come over here and we're going to review some movies. Hey Joe, if you ever get a chance to, I know you're going to be busy after a certain period of time this year, but you could come to Pittsburgh. We'll watch a bunch of movies, review them. We'll go around. If you could get off a weekend, we'll see. I know you're busy.
Not on a weekend. I could do it during the week.
Okay. Well, maybe
that,
like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday type situation.
Maybe. I just found out I'm going to be switching to night shifts on November 24th. So before November 24th, I'm days. Then I lose my weekends until March. But yeah, Sean Hickman's right. Daniel Roebuck. Hell of a nice guy, Daniel Roebuck. Local guy. I run into him all the time at flea markets and conventions around here. And he just really sweet guy. Mm-hmm. But he's playing Santa Claus in Terrifier 3.
Bianca wants to know, where's her wholesome Thanksgiving movies? People don't watch wholesome as much as they watch horror.
Well, there's the greatest Thanksgiving movie of all time, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That is just, it's not Thanksgiving without Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But I will give you another obscure Thanksgiving movie that never really gets talked about. I think you can watch it on Disney Plus now, but I've been a fan of this. It originally aired on the Lifetime channel. This is a movie that originally premiered on Lifetime in, I think, 2015, I want to say. Hang on, I'm trying to get the movie poster up here for you.
I was also going to cover something that Bruce wanted me to cover and that you're going to be really excited about too. So after you bring this up.
Present, share screen, All right. Jim Henson's Turkey Hollow. Starring Mary Steenburgen. This movie,
I vaguely remember seeing an ad for this. I never watched it.
Yeah, it originally premiered on Lifetime, but I do believe it is now streaming on Disney Plus.
I have to say, I like Jim Henson stuff, but those creatures don't look that great.
Oh, they're great. They're fantastic.
Okay. All right.
No, this is a good movie. This is a really cute family film for Thanksgiving, and probably not because it's from 2015. But if you're looking for a Thanksgiving movie you've never seen before, I recommend Turkey Hollow. This is a good one.
Okay.
Narrated by Ludacris.
Oh, thank goodness, Ludacris.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to bring this up, and then I'm going to do some mailbag and good news of Twitter. See if you like this, Joe. You are really looking forward to James Gunn's Superman. Bruce is saying this confirms that they are going to have crypto.
I don't think it necessarily confirms it, but it definitely indicates that probably is happening.
Okay, so Mark Wade talks about James Gunn's Superman. I've got a good feeling about this movie. I mean, I like James Gunn. I like his reverential approach by and large to this kind of stuff. And reverential without taking it too seriously. I mean, the movie has a dog in it, a superpowered dog with heat vision. So it's not any Zack Snyder. Why did he have to add that? Mark Wade.
Yeah, I love this. I love Mark Wade, one of the greatest comic writers of all time. His 8-year run on The Flash is still iconic. I once interviewed Mark Wade in his home years ago. Mm-hmm. He lived in my hometown of Springfield, Pennsylvania for a little while. At the time, he was dating Devin Grayson, another DC Comics writer. They were living in Springfield together. And I wanted to interview him for this little magazine I was working for. This is the 90s. Okay, this is like 1998. And I was in my 20s. And my friend Dave Perillo and I were like, well, how are we going to get in touch with him? We know he lives in town, but we don't know his phone number or anything. How are we going to reach him? And one of us just was like, Wonder if he's listed in the phone book. And we're like, no, a big famous comic book writer, he's not going to be listed in the phone book. He was listed in the phone book.
Wow.
So we called him. He answered. He invited us over. We interviewed him. Super cool guy.
Well, why would he? That's cool. And maybe you should reach out to him again. I know he used to be approachable for interviews on YouTube.
Yeah.
But why did he say that nonchalantly, just like throwing it out there about there's a superpower dog with heat vision in it?
I don't know.
No one else said confirmed that at all.
Yeah, but we don't even know that it's true. Because it's been speculated for some time, but has he read the script? I mean, we don't know that he knows what's in this movie. He might be speculating that because it's been rumored.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think this confirms anything, but it might. I mean, he has been on the set, so who the heck knows?
I think it's more than. I think it's very possible you're getting Crypto. I think he wouldn't just say that.
I'll say
it's
this.
Also interesting that he also threw a little slight shade at Zack Snyder in the same quote too.
I'll say this: if Crypto's in it, I will be ecstatically happy. That would make me.
Really.
And it's one of those things that
I don't think I want to, but I'm going to try to be open to it. I'm trying not to be closed-minded.
That would be so wonderful because we've had a bunch of Superman movies.
You know where I like Crypto with Superboy, when like in the Young Justice or the Titan series.
But it's like we've had a bunch of Superman movies. We've had 4 with Christopher Reeve. We had the Brandon Routh. We had a couple with Henry Cavill. And we've never seen Crypto is something that we've never seen on screen before, and it's like it's something new that you're bringing to the table that hasn't been done on screen yet. I think it's really cool. I think that's super cool.
All right, cool. Well, we'll see. We're getting closer. Can you believe we're almost the 2025?
You know what? You know what would have been a really cool way? I've thought about this before. This isn't a new thought. I've thought about this for years. You know what would be a really cool way to reboot Superman? I mean, obviously not this isn't it. We're doing something different now. But I always thought if you were going to reboot Superman again, a really cool way to do it would be to take the Harry Potter approach. And what I mean by that is make like a plan for like 7 films. And don't start with Superman. Start with Superboy. Do Superboy. Make a movie called Superboy where you show the description of Krypton. He grows up on Smallville and you have him in high school. Then you do the sequel is Superboy, Superboy senior year. Then part 3 is like Superboy goes to college. Then part 4 is Superman. And basically just get one actor, get a young kid, and trace Superman through his life and do like 7 films, like make it like a Harry Potter type thing where you've planned out which stage of his life he's going to be in each movie. That would be a cool way to reboot this character.
Okay. Well, there's been the other thing I learned from you, Joe, is there's a lot of Superman series that I haven't watched. There was a Superboy series. There was some other ones. Yeah. I might want to go back and watch some of those, including Superman and Lois.
I love the Superman and Lois has just recently replaced Superboy from the 80s as my favorite Superman TV show.
Hey, Rhea. Yep. Please, anyone getting here, we have a 20-leg goal for tonight. Sorry it's a late stream, but I've been very busy. Been getting stuff on. I got my dad a TV for $25. I brought it over there the other day. He wasn't feeling good. I got him a TV stand, and the guy even gave a Zenith record player with an 8-track and a cassette player, but the record player doesn't work. The 8-track and the cassette do. So let me bring up, let's do good news on Twitter and then do some mailbag afterwards.
Good news, everyone.
Yes.
Who likes good news? Everyone? Well, good news, everyone.
Well, the other good news is that I know you like the theatrical experience more, but Netflix is having its Geeked Week, or whatever it's called, coming up, I believe, tomorrow. Netflix Geeked. This is a friend of the channel, ACS Universe. You got to meet up with Zach for this Twilight of the Gods animated show, which I'm open to. I wasn't raving about Army of the Dead or Rebel Moon, but I kind of want to see what he does with animation. I'm open to it. I'll probably check it out. So there's some pictures there. Some other people. I know this guy is on Film Junkie's channel. I forget his name. Oh, look, you got something signed. Twilight of the Gods, September 19th. Oh, it's actually, is it out now?
Film Junkies.
Yeah.
I don't know if is Film Junkies the channel where there's like one guy and he stands up and yells at a microphone and occasionally makes funny faces at the camera.
I mean,
I think I've seen that channel. I'm not sure. I might be thinking of a different channel.
he does the vodka stream on Friday nights. Scott something. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I might be thinking of a different channel, but there's this one channel that I occasionally come across where it's like one dude who's like a young guy, looks like he's probably in his 30s, wears glasses, and he's always standing up. And like he doesn't sit down, he stands up and like yells into a mic. And then occasionally he'll turn to the camera and go like, and make silly faces.
I don't know if that's
okay. It might not be him, but
okay. All right. Well, Twilight of the Gods is coming. It's already out, apparently. I know you're not a huge fan of Zach, and you're not a huge fan of animation, but would you be interested in this at all?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to check it out. I know some in the audience are.
Why do you say I'm not a huge fan of I love animation.
You said good animation, but you say a lot of animation.
Well, I don't like anime. I don't like anime.
Okay.
But look, I'm a big fan of Super Friends.
Mm-hmm. All right, Brittany Murphy. I miss Brittany Murphy. She was great. I'd like to rent happy movies and have a happy time. Oh, The Shining.
I was just gonna ask, is she in the Criterion Closet? But then I realized she's dead, and the Criterion Closet wasn't around back then, so this must be like an old. Like have you ever seen the Criterion Closet?
No.
Criterion 11.
Oh, I think I've seen images where actors saying this is what my character.
Yeah, they'll let an actor. Like I just saw one the other day with Winona Ryder. But they'll let like an actor into their closet, and they get to pick like 3 to 5 movies or something, and they tell you why they want him, why they love that movie. So when I saw this image, like for a second, it looked like the Criterion Closet, but the Criterion Closet wasn't a thing when she was alive. So I'm like, oh no, it couldn't have been that. Like this must just be an old picture.
Bruce just confirmed nudity in Agatha. Woohoo!
Yeah, there's some Agatha butt.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's just a butt, but
okay.
There's also hair covered boobs.
What my neighbors see as I emerge from my house once a week to get a delivery.
Oh yes,
I've had weeks like that. Yes.
Oh yes.
I'd be chilling at home, not leaving anywhere, barely any food in the house. Ooh, package is here. Hell yeah. Okay. Let me see. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know this. Okay, according to Screen Rant, Beetlejuice was going to be a streaming exclusive with a larger budget until Tim Burton stepped in. Warner Brothers Entertainment CEO shared that was never going to work for Tim. You're talking about a visionary artist whose films demand to be seen on a big screen. So they were going to do a streaming?
Now you see, so this story, I've heard this reported a few different places. In fact, I think they talked about it on the Campia show. But this story doesn't make any sense. This is a really goofy story. It doesn't make any sense because we know for a fact that several years ago, 2-3 years ago, David Zaslav came out and said that they were no longer going to do direct to streaming movies for Max. Part of the reason Batgirl got canceled was because they were shifting away from made for Max movies. So since we know that Max was no longer interested in making movies direct to Max, this doesn't make sense.
Well, that might be you might be proving the exact point, Joe, that yes, they were going to make this, and then Zaslav stepped in too and said no longer. So things changed in the development process. A lot of projects switched from either movies to streaming shows or streaming shows to movies over these last few years. A lot of projects going back and forth.
what
But the thing that's weird to me is they said the budget was bigger when it was a streaming series.
Yeah, they basically gave them the choice of you can have a bigger budget and it goes to streaming, or you cut the budget and we'll put it in theaters. What a colossal mistake this would have been to put this on streaming. This movie's making a killing, and we keep seeing this.
Well, it's the resurgence for Tim and Michael. You know, Michael Keaton's been a while; he's been back for a while, but this is great for Tim Burton, especially Wednesday and Beetlejuice.
But we keep seeing this happen because a couple months ago, Paramount intended to release the Mean Girls remake direct to streaming. And then they were like, no, this is pretty good. Let's put it in theaters. They made a lot of money off that.
Well, streaming, there's money in streaming, but not as much as they thought. And they're, you know.
Right.
Do you think after the success of Wednesday and Beetlejuice, that Tim Burton has another gem in him of a new IP, not one of his existing things, or in an existing IP? Because Wednesday was an existing IP. Do you think he has another huge thing in him creatively that we haven't seen yet? And this is going to be the start of the Tim Burton Renaissance, because he's been around.
Well,
but he hasn't been hitting on all cylinders like he has been lately.
Well, Tim Burton kind of needs to be Tim Burton. You gotta let Tim Burton do what Tim Burton wants to do. You can't I don't know. I'm not interested in Tim Burton remaking Alice in Wonderland, or Tim Burton remaking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Tim Burton doing Planet of the Apes. I want to see Tim Burton do things that come from Tim Burton's imagination. I think that's always where he shines.
But do you think he has another one of those locked in there?
I think he probably does. He probably,
do you think he's going to take this opportunity and go back and revisit other franchises he's created? Like, let's say Edward Scissorhands, the sequel, which would be probably a mistake to a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't think
something like that.
I don't think Disney's ready to hire Johnny Depp.
Is Disney own Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That was a Fox movie. I don't see that happening. But no, I don't know. He's a creative guy. He's got to have something in him.
Yeah, I just hope, because the resurgence, that he has something cool, new, and innovative with a young talent too, like a hot new young talent. That's just going back to the old hits, which a lot of people in the entertainment industry, they go back to their old hits, later on in their career. But I would like to see something new.
You know what movie he did that didn't do well at the box office, but it's a really good movie? Dumbo. His Dumbo,
I like Dumbo
movie. Yeah, it's one of the best live action remakes Disney did. In part because
I think that's one that's better than the animated original.
I agree. I think it is better than the animated original because it tells a story that it hits some of the same beats, but it's pretty much an original story. Obviously there's some things like they have to hit. But it takes out all the problematic elements, like the racist crows. So you lose the problematic elements. It's really a good movie, and it just didn't perform, which is a shame.
Yeah. Let's get to Isaac, the biggest movie fan, has been a member for 3 months. Thank you, Isaac. Really appreciate you supporting the show. Do you guys know why people who hate the Acolyte are making this at the Save the Acolyte? I thought the Acolyte was okay, but why are people saying this? I'm not sure what he's saying.
There's a campaign a campaign to save the Acolyte because there were a lot of fans of that show who were disappointed it got canceled.
But they will, just like anything else that people enjoy that gets canceled or not continued, Isaac, people want to see it go through. Yeah. I think this is this seems to be a little bit bigger than Make Solo 2. Or we will definitely see the Acolyte continue in some form. I don't think it'll be season 2 of the Acolyte, but I think those characters are going to live again in some kind of other project. Yeah, Tim is directing 4 episodes of Wednesday for season 2. Yeah. They got Tim Burton and lowered the budget, that's interesting. They lowered the budget when Tim got on. Maybe because of his salary. I don't know. All right. So that's great. I still need to see it. Let me see what else is here. Audrey Plaza as Sharon Stone for SNL. She's gonna be on SNL this week. I think I will watch. I like to watch Saturday Night Live every once in a while. I like Audrey Plaza, and she's tearing it up in Agatha. Apparently, people like her character.
I read something interesting this morning. I was reading an article about the longest running Saturday Night Live cast members. The
It's
people
got to
who
be Kenan
Ke-
Thompson.
Kenan
Right?
Thompson is the longest. He's
Yeah.
been there longer than anyone. I think Daryl Hammond comes in second place. But there's a handful that have been that their run was over 10 years. But Daryl, or what do you call it? Kenan Thompson is far and away.
Callie, come here.
I think he's over 20 years. But someone pointed out that a baby that was born when Kenan Thompson did his first season of Saturday Night Live can vote in this presidential election.
Aubrey legs. I know those. What do you think of this image? Very striking of Aubrey Plaza as Sharon Stone. I've never seen that Sharon Stone movie. What's that called?
Basic Instinct.
I've never seen it. I know it was like, if it was in the age of social media, it would have gone viral, like her crossing her legs. I remember that was everywhere and all kinds of parodies of that, and they're bringing it back.
Loaded
She looks
Weapon.
great here.
National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. They did that scene. And by the way, Isaac, my favorite Tim Burton movie, Ed Wood. I love Ed Wood.
I just found Ed Wood on
Perfect
VHS.
movie. Perfect movie.
I haven't rewatched it. Callie, get over here. What are you doing? Do you need to go out? Hold on. Hold the fort. I'm going to take her out.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm holding the fort. What's going on? Bianca says, who's this lady? That is Aubrey Plaza. That's Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Rec. And she's currently on Agatha. By the way, Agatha is a bit of a Parks and Rec reunion because Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza were both on Parks and Rec. Let's see. A lot of side conversations. Sean Hickman says she was good in the Chucky remake. I couldn't disagree with you more. I thought she was incredibly miscast in that movie.
Who?
Aubrey Plaza. Great actress, but I thought she was so miscast in the Chucky movie.
Okay.
She's the person you cast when you want the sarcastic slacker or she's kind of grown up now. I was going to say the sarcastic teen, but she's obviously much older than that now. But she doesn't work as somebody's mom. Like that's just not the role for her.
Look at this. Going to a Blockbuster in like 2003. Do you miss this, Joe?
Kind of. I always hated Blockbuster.
Well, this is like my basement.
Yeah.
How dare you, sir?
I did. You got to remember, Blockbuster was not a friend to movie fans.
The mom and pop places still were around. I know, just like
but it was the little things they tried to do, like they tried to bully the studios into doing things like creating rental pricing for DVDs. They wanted DVDs to be rental priced, and they could have gotten their way because they were that powerful.
Mm-hmm. Well, look how many VHS are still in the wild because they're Blockbuster copies.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. But here, there's Turtles 3, toys. This is what it's like in my house. Well, not the kids.
You're shaking it. What did you get, man? Let's see what you picked.
I kind of want to see what he got.
He's shaking it all around. Let's see it. What did you pick, dude?
The bear. I don't know what he has.
I remember the bear. No, yeah, he's not going to show us. That little brat. He doesn't want us to see what he got.
We still don't know.
Yeah.
We still don't know. Look at that really excited employee. He's very happy to work at Blockbuster.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Blockhead Video.
Oh, who's that dude? Oh, what's he wearing? I want to see his shirt.
I do want. Oh, that's a shirt like.
That's a basketball Looney Tunes. Remember basketball Looney Tunes?
I think Rhea got something similar when she was in Pittsburgh. She got Looney Tunes.
or the like hip hop Looney
Hip-hop,
Tunes,
yeah.
or the in like
I think
basketball
I think that's your
outfits.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very similar. Oh,
Yeah,
I
Bugs
forgot
Bunny.
they had the back.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I forgot they used to do that. See? I forgot. Does anyone remember that they had the front facing on the front of the shirt and the back? I forgot.
Oh
they used
yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
I still have to get Space Jam. Every copy I see is beat to hell. I'm just gonna go back and get the dollar copy until I can upgrade. Okay.
I'm not going to the toilet. It just says that.
We don't know for sure.
I'm not. I'm still here.
Okay. Let's see what else is on my good news of Twitter. Zack Snyder confirmed he is returning for the 300 TV series at WB. We're just getting ready to dive in and get ready to work on it. It's super fun. I love the world. And even just in the preliminary meetings we've had talking about, like, what if this happened or that happened? So it is now confirmed that 300 is getting a prequel series at WB. I didn't know it wasn't before, but it's now confirmed. And I want to revisit 300. I think it's a good project. I'm happy for Zach. It's not like if there was any project that I wanted him to go back to more, this would probably be lower on the list though, because I think the movie was good, but it's like how many times do I would have preferred him to go back to The Watchmen or something, or Dawn of the Dead, maybe another Dead movie besides Army. No, it's not 299. It's 300, the prequel. Boo Snyder Bros. Boys.
I did love 300, and 300 Rise of the Empire was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. But what do you think about Zach coming back to Warner Brothers and working some capacity?
I
honestly didn't know if this was going to happen ever either.
Yeah, out of principle, I can't watch it.
Okay, but interesting though, right? That he's back in some capacity.
I mean, I guess. I mean, well,
I didn't know this was gonna. I didn't know he was ever gonna work with him again.
Well, I don't think there was ever any animosity against him.
Yes.
What? When?
Well, before some of the mergers went through, but some of those people are gone already.
Well, they didn't like his DC movies.
There wasn't just his property. It was there was some bad blood across the board.
I don't know about that.
They didn't. Well, I don't want to get into all the specifics because I want to go on to other good news. But you probably have some issues too with him taking the movie from Warner Brothers. There was still anger towards that, even if they could trust him on another project. Slow motion painted abs. The end there. You don't have to watch. Oh, there's more to that. 300 is goated. It's different people running the studio. No, but it's very surprising that he's back.
You have no idea. Bianca. You have no idea how much Christine hates 300. I tried to show it to her.
I didn't.
When we first got married, I tried to show it to her, and she was like, "This is the most painfully awful dialogue I've ever heard in my life."
Well, no, the dialogue's not great. Yeah.
Oh, I think the dialogue that I love the dialogue. That line, what's the line? Oh, we shall fill the sky with so many arrows it will blot out the sun. Then we will fight in the shade. That's a great line. Christine's like, she's like, I can't watch any more of this. That's garbage. I'm like, oh, come on. This is a great movie.
Well, I have it on VHS. Oh, this is weird. This is wild. Look at this limited edition. Let me make sure the music's down. Limited edition 4K Ultra. Is that too much, Joe?
It's pretty cool, but I have concerns
that it's gonna leak.
Yeah, like I could see that like at some point leaking and like destroying your case.
I don't know. What do you guys think? That's pretty interesting.
As a collector, that worries me. Like I'm looking at that and I'm seeing future disaster. Like I'm seeing that being on my shelf. I'm seeing it being on my shelf, breaking open. And not only destroying
is this like considered a horror movie too, or something different?
I think it's a horror comedy.
Okay. I need to revisit this movie. I think it's one of the ones Christian Bale went for it with the role more than others. You know, he really went for it with this character.
It kind of gave. I saw Huey Lewis talking about it in an interview. It kind of gave Huey Lewis a second life because of the use of "hip to be square" in it. Anthony says that the Venom popcorn bucket is going to be exclusive to Regal. I got to tell you, I was a little surprised. I saw that Venom popcorn bucket in our little group chat this morning, and I sent it to my daughter, who is obsessed with Venom. Like, she loves the Venom movies so much, and I was like, look at this, do you need this? And she's like, no. And I'm like, what, really? Couldn't believe it.
All right, now we have some Agatha and gay and queer questions. This is going to trigger a lot of people, not on our chat, but let me put the volume up.
That Agatha, it's been described to me that Agatha is the gayest project Marvel has ever done.
This is the variety guy. I think he's asked other shows this too.
Agree?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Why is it?
You'll see. You'll see when you watch it. But, you know, I think witches are queer inherently just because we are outcast and like set aside for many reasons. And
I don't see anything wrong with her answer, but you know what this is, what this is creating online though.
I think this show shows a really good representation of different types of people, and that we can all use the power we have within to like go forth and be great.
It's been described.
Okay. Has anyone watched it yet? Have you watched some of it, Joe?
I watched both episodes. Yeah, Christina and I, we love it so far. I mean, we're only 2 episodes in, but I would say if the quality stays where it is, this could end up being like the 3rd best Marvel show on.
And here's Audrey Plaza's response. Let's see how she handles this question. Did you see this yet? This clip of her?
No.
I'm told, I've seen the 1st episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree?
It better be, because that's what I signed up for.
See, there's got to be a reason that the interviewer is doing this. They know this generates the most clicks to Variety. No one, let's be real. Variety's not a bad outlet, but no more of his clips get more clicks on than when he does this question. He asked the same question to multiple cast members, and they all went with it. There has got to be a social media and financial reason to ask this question consistently, because it gets probably like 10 times the views just because the subject matter. As much as people that like to say, oh no, it's woke, they love talking about it. If you dislike it so much, why do you talk about it 24/7 on your YouTube channels, right? Right, Joe?
Yeah.
If you dislike it so much, why? Okay, it's in the show, but then you talk about it more than the show does.
It's a grift.
You talk about more than the show, but there's got to be a reason they asked the question. I do like her response the best. There better be. That's what I signed up for. That was amazing. Let's watch this again.
Agatha is the gayest.
She looks
Marvel
great, by the
project yet. Do you agree?
It better be, because that's what I signed up for. I think it is.
I'm told.
I think it is. All right. Plaza is 40. Just throwing that out there. Okay. All she said is it better be. No, they're saying that Agatha has gone full acolyte. Honestly, I don't think like this series is going to be a hit, though. I really still don't.
Oh, I think
even though I think I might like it, my wife, I know you're going to like it. I think of some friends. I just don't. I can't foresee this as being anywhere near like WandaVision.
I can't see it not being a hit. I mean, you're talking about a spinoff of the most popular MCU show, WandaVision. This is a direct spinoff of the most popular MCU show. You've got like Catherine Hahn, who is immensely popular, from not only WandaVision, but from her role on Parks and Rec. And I mean, Aubrey Plaza has a following. Like, I mean, I think that this is, we kept hearing people go like, Deadpool is save the MCU. I think this is going to be more genuine than Deadpool because this is actual MCU. Deadpool was not was not genuine MCU. It was more of a Fox throwback.
Captain Ron, starring Kurt Russell, Martin Short, premiered in theaters 32 years ago, September 18th, 1992. Is it worth revisiting Captain Ron on VHS, Joe?
I've never seen Captain Ron.
I remember seeing it, but I remember not being impressed. But I'm like, maybe give it another shot. I do like Kurt Russell. I do like Martin Short. You know what? One of my favorite Martin Shorts is Jiminy Glick. Do you like Jiminy Glick interviews?
It's all right.
Oh,
I really liked. I'm a huge Joe Dante fan, so I think Inner Space is probably his best movie. And I also love The Three Amigos.
okay. Oh yeah, I love Three Amigos. But I was wondering that. So Agatha all along debuts with 72% on Rotten Tomatoes. From the twisted minds that brought you WandaVision, Revenge is a Witch. Let's see how the audience score goes after those comments, though. Oh well, I'll check it out. The only reason I wouldn't check it out right now is my Disney Plus did not go through. My subscription did not go through this month because my card was at the limit. Because I'm paying other stuff down, so that card is not, but I will be watching it soon. All right. Oh, here we go. I gotta get the music down. Look at this, Joe. Could you watch this all day? This is what they said. Oh wow, the music's still up. Kitties in a Maze. Look at this. What do you think, Joe?
It's exciting.
Would you be able to watch this all day?
As long as
jumping through the maze.
Yeah, as long as they don't end up in Springfield, Illinois.
Well, there's
I've heard
candidates that are going to protect them.
I've heard rumors.
Yeah, but there's people that are going to protect them. There's politicians that are going to save these kitties. You could see Reyes says I could watch this all day. My wife wants another cat. I don't know how I'm going to do that. It's going to get expensive.
Speaking of cats, the weirdest thing happened on Facebook today. My old high school girlfriend, like my old high school, she was like my prom date and everything. I haven't seen her since high school. She posted that she found a cat and that she needed to find a home for it. And the first response was from my friend Kyle, who I met about 15 years ago doing karaoke, like at a karaoke bar. In fact, I was just down in, he was in Atlanta with me. Kyle was in Atlanta with me for Dragon Con. And I've known Kyle for about 15 years, and I see him responding to my old high school girlfriend, and I'm like, Kyle knows Christy? Christy knows Kyle? How do these two know each other? It kind of blew my mind. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, I don't understand the connection. How does he know her?
Maybe they met through being your Facebook friends or something.
Maybe. It's weird. I don't know.
Huh. Well, he
didn't grow up in our area. He didn't go to my high school.
This is from Comic. How do you say that? Comicology. Comicology. There's no plan for a Suicide Squad sequel. However, the characters that survived the events of the first movie will have varying roles in the DCU, and projects such as Peacemaker Season 2 and Waller are rumored to set up a new roster for Task Force X and the Secret Six. That's the rumor. What's the Secret Six, Joe?
Secret Six. That's Catman and I'm trying to remember who all was in the six. I know Thomas Blake, Catman, was like the leader of it. I think Ragman might have been in there. It was a spin-off of Infinite Crisis. One of the.
Do you think that this is just a rumor? Do you think it's a good route to have the appearances in Waller and Peacemaker Season 2 and then set up the Secret Six? Or a new Task Force X?
Yeah, if it's true, it works. Sure.
Okay. I would like, if they do go this route, I would like Peacemaker, Waller to eventually lead to a new Task Force X, the TV series, instead of another movie, or Secret Six TV series instead of a movie, honestly, because they've had 2 Suicide Squad movies. Different people like different versions of them, and they've neither one's been really financially successful. Whereas Peacemaker was an absolute financial and trending success for HBO or Max at the time, you know. So I would like to see this world continue. This part of the DCU continue.
That's not entirely true though. The original Suicide Squad, it was critically panned. Critics hated that movie. But it was like #1 at the box office for 3 straight weeks. Like it dominated the box office for like the entire month of August in 2016. So it did do well, and it sold a lot of merchandise because you saw a lot of Halloween costumes and cosplayers dressing up in the Daddy's Little Monster shirts. So that first one did really good, and the second one, of course, didn't have a chance to do good because of the pandemic, which is a shame.
I mean, that's not the only reason, I think, but I still enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, it premiered on television, so it couldn't do well. I mean, it couldn't. So,
well, why is Anthony bringing? Is this something new that's happened? SNL really banned Martin Lawrence? Is this some like I don't know if he was going to appear on the recent season, and I don't know what he's talking about. All right, let's see what CGH Entertainment. The CGH Entertainment Plus, Canadian $6.99. James Gunn and Kathleen Kennedy run DC and Lucasfilm like I run my channel. Throw stuff at the wall and announce things without following through.
Well, that's kind of bullshit, isn't it? Like, what have they not followed through on?
So, you've been following through, CJH. You've been releasing videos, I see. You know, his content's it's improved. He's on screen with his video game content. Go check out CJH Entertainment Plus. But my issues with James Gunn isn't that he isn't following through yet. He's following through.
Yeah,
I think he's doing too many niche characters though. Like I know Joe gets excited. I know some old school DC fans get excited, but I don't know.
That's the recipe for success.
Well, that they always use. Look what James Gunn did for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I agree. But I don't think that's going to happen every time.
Well, that's
and it didn't happen with the Suicide Squad.
Well,
and I know you're going to say, well, that was during the pandemic, that was day and date. But if it was really as tight as Guardians of the Galaxy, it would have made money. It wasn't as tight as Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, it was on television.
Even if Guardians of the Galaxy was released during the pandemic, day and date, it would have still made money. It was just a better product than Suicide Squad.
Not if it was
I like the Suicide Squad, but Guardians was much more mass market. And I don't think that his niche character is going to work every time.
But this is the way you build a universe.
By having the niche character?
Yeah, because it would be an utter failure. If he only went with the A-list characters, it would be an utter failure because there's nowhere to go. And you're kind of seeing that with Marvel right now. Marvel has so many of their major players off the board, and people just aren't they don't care as much for the secondary characters. But if you sprinkle them in, if you break it up, then there's always another A-lister down the line. He's really building this in a very smart way because because there's characters left for phase 2. There's characters he hasn't touched yet, and he can make it go longer this way. It's I don't know, it's kind of a stroke of genius, really.
Well, I listen, I'm looking forward to it. I do think he's casting the net too wide with the quirky characters, too many, where it's just people are gonna stop caring, I think, at a certain point. But as long as you have the main characters there too and deliver on that, if you get Green Lantern, if we get a official
well, Max is gone. I don't know what happened. This isn't a bit. Like I didn't he just disappeared. Like oh, here he comes. What happened?
I was wiping off my laptop. I have a physical mouse, and the mouse that's in the laptop took me out of StreamYard.
Oh, I mean, you disappeared completely. Like you didn't just leave the stage. You weren't even backstage anymore. You were gone.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what else is on my Twitter here. Oh, here we go. She looks beautiful. This is How I Met Your Mother.
The episode with your character that I'm
All right, here we go.
the episode with your character that I'm really most excited about is episode 4. And without giving
Episode 4, the Penguin. Don't give it away any spoilers.
anything away, what was it like filming for that and that specific sequence?
Oh, I mean, that episode was a dream.
It's really surprising to see she's really going into another level of her career. She was a very small role in How I Met Your Mother. She was the mother.
Terrible camera work. Like,
Well, I mean, it's just
whoever
this is
shot
just
that.
for social media. Yes, her images from the red carpet looked beautiful today. So apparently, episode 4 is pretty impactful. This series is coming out soon.
It was an absolute dream. It was so much fun. It was as fun as it looks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I just really love that sequence because it's like so much action. in it.
Yeah.
Action.
Definitely, and I'm not going to give anything away,
Yeah.
but you were so amazing in it,
Thank you.
Kristen. The episode with your character that
Okay.
She was
Episode 4.
in she was in that really, really, really good movie with Andy Samberg from it was like a direct to Hulu movie. Yeah, what was
I
it
didn't think it was
called?
really good. I thought it was
Palm
okay.
Springs. Yeah, oh, I really enjoyed that. It was like another kind of Groundhog Day twist.
I think it
with
was one of the
repeating
first
day,
like direct to streaming movies released during the beginning of the pandemic. I think everyone saw it.
yeah, but
It was like something new.
That was, in fact, I need to revisit that because I really liked that movie. And yeah, that's probably the best thing she's ever done.
Okay, so
because-
Kristen Milotti
Yeah.
discusses filming the Penguin episode 4, the action and its character-centric focus on Sophia Falcone. So apparently, according to this reporter and her interactions, at least she's going to have a big role, significant role, at least in that episode, probably the whole season. Really looking forward to the show. Joe, are you still looking forward to the Penguin?
I never was. I'm probably not going to watch it.
Okay. Why you shouldn't wait until retirement to travel. This could be you.
Mm-hmm.
Go travel the world now.
They look like they're having a
Unfortunately,
good
this
time.
is me right now.
They look like they're having a good time. Look at them.
Bring back heavy eyeliner. For everyone? Should I wear heavy eyeliner? Like, what about Joe? Have you ever wear eyeliner? Have you ever gone through a goth phase?
No, I never
Just
did.
No,
I hung out with a lot of goth people back in college, but I never was one. And I'll let you know a little secret. I can't tell the difference between the goth and the emo kids. They look the same to me. Like I point to them all and say,
How dare
"Hey,
you,
there's some
sir."
goth." I always point to these kids and go, "There's some goth
emos
kids."
are
Come on.
wimps.
They look the same.
Emos are wannabe goths.
They look the same.
No,
I can't tell the
goths are more
difference.
depressed and more intense.
I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
Emos whine about stupid shit. No, I'm just kidding. I like emos too. Cal is a goth punk. Okay. All right. So let me see what else is here. Oh, this is pretty cool. A Vietnamese YouTuber made a UFO and put it on the water here. Look at this.
That looks like the
Looks
UFO.
This is content, CJH. Look at that.
That looks like the UFO that those kids had on the Munsters, and Herman thought that the Martians had landed.
This is a good, yeah. Emo kids are mad at their parents, and goths are more existential. Yeah. My mother was mean. That's an emo. Why are you showing my ship? Look at this. Look, it even opens up. Watch. Isn't this cool, Joe?
Yeah, doesn't it look like the one from the Munsters, though?
CGH, you need to do this. You need to build your spaceship. Look at this. He's all set up. Look at that. I'd be afraid to like drown though. What if you got stuck in that thing? Look at this. That's awesome.
Well, it would be exciting if it took off into space.
That's cool. I want one. I want one for the lake. Well, that thing's flying, man. That's not legal. I didn't watch ahead. Look at this. This reminds me of a video game, Hydro Thunder. Okay. Oh, yes, Aunt May. Rosemary Harris. Happy 97th birthday to Aunt May. She's great. I love this Aunt May.
Mm.
Oh, Jade. I wish my mom was emo so God, it's wow.
Nice.
Okay. Were we robbed with this Hulk versus this Thanos?
Why?
I really like this version of Hulk, the CG, the Edward Norton version, more so than the who's the new version of Hulk? What's his name? Ruffalo. I like it's okay, but I don't feel like the Incredible Hulk. You should feel that when you feel Incredible Hulk with this one.
I like the Smart Hulk better, Professor Hulk or whatever they call him.
Squid Game 2. It's almost time to pull you back in. Squid Game 2 Season 2 special teaser tomorrow for Netflix Geek Week. Is it been too long? Do you care anymore? Did you care to begin with for Squid Game, Joe? I watched the first one, but I don't know if I care anymore.
I've never seen the first one.
It was good.
It's one of those things.
I don't know if I care about this series anymore. I'm just kind of like out.
It's been on my to-do list for a long time, but I've just never gotten to it.
Yeah. So does anyone in the chat, are you still interested in the series? I think I'm out. The game will not stop. It was interesting, but yeah. Uh-oh. How it started, how it's going. Did he do it? Did he did it? That's all I'm going to comment on that controversy, but this is coming to Netflix in November. What I will say is it's very interesting how all these documentaries are ready to drop right when people get exposed.
Oh, the weekend he was went into the news. Tubi had a documentary out about him already.
Yeah, it's very weird how this stuff comes out right. They are ready to drop it. He's arrested now, apparently. I'm not. It's horrible, and he deserves whatever he gets if he's guilty. Seems like there's a lot of evidence, but I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to watch this, but it's coming to Netflix in November, and sorry to hear of all the victims of this type of behavior. Unfortunately, elites in Hollywood and not just in Hollywood, in all these industries, thought they could get away with everything back in the day.
Have you, by the way, speaking of things coming to Netflix, have you seen the trailer for the new Netflix movie, Woman of the Hour?
Mm-mm.
It is the directorial debut of Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick starring in it and directing it. And apparently it's the true story of a girl who went on the dating game in the 70s and got matched up with a serial killer.
Wow. That's interesting.
And I thought I knew a lot about the dating game because I'm a big fan.
You send me that on Twitter. I'll check that out.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Chuck Barris. Chuck Barris was the creator of the dating game. So I thought I knew a lot of, and I've never heard this before. So
Reyes says Suge Knight's interview from prison on this was wild. I didn't see that, so definitely send me that on Twitter, Ray. I'd like to check out his interview about this. I mean, I was watching a few YouTube videos about this back in the day, or not back in the day, but like months ago when this first controversy came out. But yeah, not good. This is really interesting. Muhammad Ali and Michael Jackson, 1968. I've never seen this photo. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Dune Prophecy. Power Lies in the Shadows. Join us at New York Comic Con this October 17th through 20th. Dune Prophecy. Apparently HBO and James Gunn, they're going to have a lot of presence at New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con seems to be a bigger thing than it used to be. I love the Dune movies. I'm not sure if I'm on for this spin-off series. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's a series? I thought that was the third movie.
No. This is a spin-off series.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I still think those are pretty boring movies.
The working title for Disney Plus Vision Quest series has been reportedly been revealed. Tin Man.
Why not Vision Quest? I liked Vision Quest.
I think Vision Quest is a cooler name. I just didn't think this character has enough there that they should actually still go forward with the series, honestly.
I think they have to.
Do they?
Yeah, they left his ending open-ended. We gotta, we've been waiting about 3 years now to find out what happened to him.
All right. Well, I thought they could cover that in some other story within another story. All right. Oh, let's get this. Colin Farrell.
Would you ever consider coming back to do more of a series? I know that you're coming back for the second film, but would you consider that?
Yeah, I mean, it was only ever designed as a.
He said he's saying, yeah, I would come back for a second series, but it was designed for one.
And 8-part limited, but yeah, I mean, I'd be open to anything for sure. I had a great time doing it.
Open to there, you hear it there. Colin Farrell is open to anything.
I mean, by the end of it, I was, as I said in an interview recently, I was ready to walk away from it by the end.
He looks great.
There was no complaints in work. It was just anyone who'd listened to any friend. I was like, I'm just sick of being under this thing. But it was an extraordinary character. Is an extraordinary.
It's a really touching story too about the story of him and his son. His son has some rare illness, and it was very touching. That I checked it out on X. If anyone wants to go check that out, very nice guy, Colin Farrell. His voice, yeah, he's a beautiful man, beautiful sounding voice as well. But I'm really looking forward to. It's very surprising that he's under all that prosthetics.
Now he needs to do a series for Disney Plus called Bullseye.
I liked him as Bullseye.
Yeah, he was great as Bullseye.
I like Daredevil. I liked him as Bullseye.
That's a terrific movie, especially the director's cut. The director's cut.
I want to see Banshees of Inisherin. I didn't see that yet. Bautista did get skinny, yes. Okay. And I feel like Joe is fading a little bit. So I'm going to do like one more good news Twitter, then a few questions, and then I know whenever you need to go, I know you're it's getting almost 2. So
survived 80 or 90 years of various incarnations, and Burgess Meredith and Robin Lord Taylor and Danny DeVito, and now I get to walk in their shoes, which is a great honor. But for sure, I'd be open to it. Yeah.
Be open to it. Yeah, I like the way he said it.
But for sure, I'd be open to it. Yeah.
There it is, confirmed. The Penguin season 2. I'd be open to it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here's the pictures of Kristen Milotti as Sophia Falcone. She looks great. Well, I don't know if this is how she looks as the character, but at the premiere. Happy 73rd birthday to Goth Queen Cassandra Peterson, aka Elvira. Joe, I saw an Elvira movie on VHS and I didn't get it because it's $10. Should I pick that up?
Was it Elvira, Mistress of the Dark?
Yes.
There's quite a following for that movie. I never really loved that movie.
It's not there anymore. I missed it. I was like, oh.
Screenplay was written by John Paragon. John Paragon wrote that movie.
Elvira is goth. She's great. I haven't really watched a lot of Elvira stuff, so seen kick-ass videos of her lately. She's 73. 73-year-old goth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always liked her brief part in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I say, give them to me. I say, let him go.
I didn't watch too much of Pee-wee either.
You've seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure, though, right?
Yeah.
It's a classic. Alamo doesn't have a basement.
Is this a hidden gem, the first Den of Thieves? They're doing Den of Thieves 2. Gerard Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Trailer tomorrow for Netflix Geeked.
I've never heard of Den of Thieves before.
Does anyone recommend that movie? Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
O'Shea Jackson Jr. That's Ice Cube Jr., isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
I think I like him.
Yeah.
I can't think of what I've seen him in, but
Doesn't this
did he do
warm your
he was
heart,
in an Aubrey
Joe?
Plaza movie. He was in an Aubrey Plaza movie.
Doesn't this warm your heart seeing Zack Snyder's big smile like each week for promoting his new show?
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I think that's. Oh, here's Prince standing victorious over Charlie Murphy during a basketball game in 1985. Who knew Prince was good at basketball? All right, we'll end here. Who was your favorite Catwoman? Michelle Pfeiffer, Halle Berry. I forget that actress's name.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway and Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah. Well, Halle Berry's just out because she wasn't playing Catwoman.
She was technically playing Catwoman.
She was not playing Catwoman. She was playing a character named Patience Phillips. In the entire history of the character of Catwoman, there has never been a Catwoman named Patience Phillips. Selena Kyle is Catwoman.
I remember, Michelle Pfeiffer,
Mm-hmm.
Batman Returns was like my first like intense celebrity crush, and Catwoman in that movie blew my mind as a young man.
I loved
licking her paws.
I loved Michelle Pfeiffer
cracking a whip.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I have to say, in terms of costume design, Michelle Pfeiffer wins. Hands down. Michelle Pfeiffer wins in terms of the
and
costume.
vibe.
But even Michelle Pfeiffer, and I loved her in that movie. Her character was kind of a weird Tim Burton creation. The woman who fell out of a window and got revived by being bitten by cats. Like, she isn't a comics accurate Catwoman in any stretch of the imagination.
So who do you think's the most comics accurate out of these, Zoe?
It really comes down to Zoe and Anne. And I'd say they're pretty neck and neck. They're both really good.
I think Zoe is more got the Catwoman vibe where
I despise
Anne is
the
a little
costume.
bit more boring.
I absolutely despise Zoe Kravitz's costume. I think they put her in the ugliest, shittiest Catwoman costume of all time.
Eartha Kitt was amazing too.
Yeah, Eartha Kitt was great. Julie Newmar was great. I don't know. It's between Zoe and Anne, and I might go with Anne just because her costume beats the crap out of the garbage they put Zoe in.
Here's the thing. I would say in a good movie, Halle Berry would have been better than all of them.
Maybe. She's a good actor.
In a good movie with a great script, a good storyline, a good Batman to play off of, and a better outfit. Now listen, if your girl shows up in that outfit and says, "I'm Catwoman," go with it. That's all I'm saying. I mean, she looks great, sexy, right? But not real accurate as the Catwoman's outfit. Okay. But I honestly think that we were robbed of one of the best Catwoman of all time with Halle Berry, where if she was in a proper movie, proper story, proper outfit, I think she would have been the beat all of them. And she could do seductive. Halle Berry could do seductive. Believe me, I follow her on Twitter, and sometimes she posts a lot more of her than I was expecting.
I want to know why they've never done the Darwin Cook costume on screen. Because Darwin Cook's Catwoman, the goggles, this is my favorite Catwoman costume. I think that I love the goggles look. I don't know. I think Darwin Cook's Catwoman is my favorite look of the character, and they've never brought that to the screen. And that's a very practical looking costume. You know, it's not out there. This is something they could have done in like a grounded Nolan or Matt Reeves movie, but they didn't. They went with something a little more boring.
I think they were kind of going that with Zoe and Anne a little bit. Okay, so that's that there. Did I have anything else? See if there's anything else I missed. Oh,
I don't-
here's new look at Jude Law and Skeleton Crew, with the
Mm.
crew standing behind him from Entertainment Weekly Fall TV Preview 2024. What
Looks
do you
like he
think of the way
stole-
Jude Law looks?
Looks like he stole Lando Calrissian's shirt.
He's not. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I used to like Jude Law and stuff. I don't know if the last thing I saw him in was Captain Marvel. I can't
Yeah.
remember anything else. Okay, let me see.
Jude Law. The Urkel bot.
Okay, according to Daniel RPK, there's still interest in Jason Momoa for a role in the Supergirl movie. We know what this role is. Lobo.
Ugh.
Lobo. All right, I'll get to the mailbag questions.
Hey, I'm gonna get going pretty soon, but I wanted to tell. I don't know if you saw my review. I went out and saw the 4:30 movie.
Okay.
And it's I gotta say, it's the best thing Kevin Smith's done in at least 15 years.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
I was surprised. I actually was thinking this is going to be a disaster because of how bad his recent output's been, but it's really good. Who knew?
That's great to hear. I need to get more Kevin Smith. You got me Mallrats. I still want to revisit Mallrats, Chasing Amy.
Did I give you Chasing Amy? Did I sign it for you?
Yes. I want to revisit all of those. The ones I didn't get on. I'd never seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back or Clerks 2 or 3.
Clerks 2 is good. Clerks 3, not so much.
No, I do not, Ray. I do not have Clerks on VHS. Let me see. Let me see. I was trying to see what you were talking about. You tagged me on Twitter, Ray. I can't find it. I don't know. Okay, well, let's get to the mailbag.
All right, I'm gonna go get unconscious.
Okay, sounds good. Get some rest, Joe.
Have a good
Talk to you
night.
soon. Good morning now. We don't talk about Clerks 2? All right. Okay, so how do you record in stores without dealing with other people, small spaces, or disgruntled employees or background music? Need tips if I'm going to do vlogs. I try to just keep the phone close to my mouth, not focus on people, and look at the retro stuff and talk loud enough. You're going to, especially you're soft spoken, CJ, so you're gonna have to talk loud enough to overdo the music, so the recording focuses on you. But as long as you don't get other people in there on X Max, I couldn't find it though. Oh, I see. I know what you're talking about. That was the other day. I don't know if this is completely accurate, so let me see. Me driving the road, a yard sale sign from 3 weeks ago. Okay, that might be a little accurate. Yeah. Yes. Holds out the camera up to his mouth while he takes a bite of food. Yes. I haven't really been to yard sale. I think most yard sales stink. Like, I don't know how those YouTubers that go to yard sales, they have to go to a lot of them to find anything cool. Or usually they're asking the people that are prepared, do you have any video games or movies in your house that you haven't put out? And then people go get them. But I got to be real. A lot of people put out a lot of junk no one wants yard sales. I think the cool stuff is at resale stops, flea markets, and Facebook Marketplace, because they at least know their worth. They have some worth there, and you just got to be quick. You have to be quick on that stuff. All right. You found a $500 Mickey Mouse bank at a yard sale. That's cool. We bring up the mailbag here. Okay, so that's my response. Disgruntled employees. Where are you going, CJH? People are supposed to be happy in Canada. Need tips if I want to do vlogs. You definitely need to. And let me see. Cal says, what kind of car do you drive? Also, what is your dream ride? Mine is a 1982 Cadillac Fleetwood. I drive a Kia Sorento. It's not very exciting, but it's comfortable on the inside, and it's got a CD player. As long as I don't really, I would love like a 50s car with a all redone by a professional that knows what they're doing, and then like an 8-track or cassette player. I'd probably prefer a cassette player over 8-track in there. A nice radio would really be what my main goal would be, so I could play my cassettes. Maybe a muscle car. I'm open to a lot of them, whatever came around. If I ever did get good enough on this YouTube where I could retire my main job and do YouTube, maybe I'll get one of those. I'll get a nice retro car, like a 50s, 60s, or a muscle car, something like that. I'm not too picky, but it's got to have a bumping stereo with a cassette player. It would be amazing to have a cassette and a CD player, but you know. So that would be my answer. But Cadillac Fleetwood, that's a pretty nice one. Okay, let me see. Jacob, thoughts on James McAvoy reveals that Joaquin Phoenix almost starred in M. Night Shyamalan's Split, but he split. I think he ditched 2 weeks before shooting. It was really last minute. It's weird how many stories are coming out about Joaquin Phoenix after the fact. I had no idea that anyone else was supposed to be in Split except James McAvoy. Very interesting. I don't know what to think about Joaquin Phoenix either, because I like him, but that's like disappointing, I think. Disappointing to hear that he's consistently dropping out products. He almost dropped out of Joker. Jacob says, thoughts on Francis Ford Coppola response to people calling the production of Megalopolis chaotic. What the studios do today is make Coca-Cola. They know there's a good chance they'll make money, providing the flavor that stays the same, but art is chaotic. Okay, cool, Francis. Just control yourself from what I've heard on the set with your extras. But I'm interested in seeing Megalopolis, but I don't like hearing all the controversy about how he's dealing with, or how with the talent involved. That's not cool. CGH, how do you deal with content creation burnout? I do a variety of content. My channel would be bigger if I focused on one thing, but I do tape hunters, I do live streams, I do clip outs, I do shorts. You know, honestly, I don't have creator burnout because I can't create as much as I want to with all my my jobs and responsibilities with family. I can't be on here as much as I'd want to. I want to be on here like 2-3 times a day live streaming and take a run at this thing, you know. So I don't have burnout. Sometimes I get like, not like writer's block, or like creative block. I'm like, what do I want to talk about? I don't get inspired to talk about stuff when there's not a lot of news. Sometimes I like to go to video games. And I know people say split your channel, do live streams, videos on here. I have too hard a time focusing on 2 channels. Let me see I gotta plug in my computer. Consider plugging in your computer, it says. Okay. There, I did. All right. What evil lurks in the heart of men? Damn, Cal. Lots of, I mean, I hope there's good too, but lots of evils. Envy, jealousy, you know, unfortunately there's too many evils there, but there's so much good out there as well. CJ says Tape Hunters reminds me of OG MME before it was called MME. So I will tell you this: if all of you would do me a solid, since I got the new iPhone, Tape Hunters has been doing better, and the last episode is almost up to 500 views. But I could really use some likes and comments to help it even better. So this last one, I'm going to bring up here. Look, it is up to, look, it passed 500 views. So if all of you would be so kind, if you've already liked it, if you already watched it, go leave a comment to help in the algorithm. Look at this. Great thumbnail, by the way. 535 views 2 days ago. So Tape Hunters is the thing. I just need to work on the intro, the outro, and I got to get some friends back. I think I got the iPhone 14 or 15. I don't know if 15's I got the one before that just came out. So go please support my Tape Hunter series because it's starting to catch on. I'm starting to get new viewers, you know, and the shorts from Tape Hunters do really good. And I just do the editor on my iPhone for Tape Hunters. So let me bring up the mailbag again. So please go leave a comment to help that Tape Hunter succeed. And now I just need to hang out with friends again. I need to hang out with Bruce, Joe, Cyrus. I just did. Rhea, we got to hang out and do another Tape Hunters episode sometime. We'll have to figure it out. Oh, let me see. No fancy stuff, just good video and audio. Okay. Quickly, Chinese or Japanese? That's hard because I like both. Japanese is going to be the sushi, though. I love sushi. So I would say Japanese. It's fun. It's fun to have guests, though. I want to be like the Metal Jesus Rocks of VHS hunting and pickups. All right, let me see what else is here. Madness Beyond the Movie should be a show on MME, but I don't have a time slot for it. It could be about strange news stories on Twitter. We'll have to collab, CJH. I don't know if that would fit my viewership. I'm opening to, I'm interested to doing content with you for sure, but I don't know if we should just do it on your channel because strange news from Twitter. I do have good news of Twitter, and sometimes there's a little bit strange mixed in there, but not all strange. We'll see. Flea Market Frenzy. Pat the NES Punk Rhea has Flea Market Madness, so he did a show, but Flea Market Frenzy. Oh, that's what you could do. Okay. I wish my friends weren't as antisocial as me sometimes. Okay, well, you know what? I was at 1.2, but the more you stream, the more you talk to people online, it's going to help your confidence, and you'll be able to do more with your friends. And you know what? If you think that about your friends, you should ask them anyway and go do it, CJH. Say, let's go film something. That's what you should do. You should do it anyway. Say, let's go pick up some fast food, get some drinks, get some coffee, get some soda. Go look at some stuff and tape it. It is real for me. It's real for me. This is part of my real life. All right, let's do 2 more from Jacob and then call it a night here because it's almost 2 hours I've been streaming. Thoughts on Denis Villeneuve on Dune Messiah? If I do a third one, which is in the writing process, it's not like a trilogy. It's strange to say, but if I go back there, it's to do something that feels different and has its own identity. That's great. I trust in Denis. I'm really looking forward to the third one. But he, hopefully he's legit when he says he wouldn't do it unless he had a really strong idea and it's stand out on its own. Thoughts on Denis Villeneuve saying watching Lord of the Rings trilogy inspired him to stay faithful to the source material of Dune. If my adaptation can bring more people to read the book, it would be great. I think he has done that. I think he's gotten a lot of people interested in this franchise beyond his movies. And I think it is on the level of Lord of the Rings, Sir Ian McKellen on why he doesn't plan on retiring from acting. There's nothing else I'd rather do with my life than that. Much better to wear out than rust out, as they say. I love Ian McKellen. Unfortunately, he suffered a fall. Hopefully he's doing better. But that's a great quote there. Max, thoughts on production on Borderlands ends its theatrical run 31 million, production budget 115, marketing 30. I'll check it out on streaming. I can't help it. It didn't have a chance to begin with because the franchise was past its prime. Borderlands was a really popular game like 8 years ago. It's not really popular now. It could be again, but it's not. Denis Villeneuve confirms the Princess Ursulin, Florence Pugh, and Alia Atreides and Anya Taylor-Joy will take on prominent roles in Dune Messiah. Their arcs will be similar to how Tawny Zendaya assumed a central role in the second film. That's great. Great actresses to do that. Jacob, I'm just going to finish the mailbag while everyone's here. Well, 8 people are here. Thoughts on Noah Hawley says Alien Earth is more than just a survival story. It delivers everything that a great alien movie delivers. Those movies are survival stories. That's great for 2-hour movies. But if you want to make a 30+ hours of it, there's got to be a larger dramatic story. Cool. I didn't know they were still doing Alien Earth. James McAvoy is open to playing a comic book villain. If it was good writing, always, it's got to be good writing and a good character. I'm open for James McAvoy to do anything. I think he really tries for each role he's in. If he feels like it, I want to see it. I'm there. I'm in the audience. Lorenzo de Bonaventura clarifies how the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover film will work. The Joes are going to be in the Transformers world and be present. We're still early in the process of trying to figure out the balance. I am really looking forward to this movie. I think it's about time. Crossover movies are fun, Lorenzo D. Bonaventura says they'll make a Transformers sequel if the first one does well. We already have, I think, the beginnings of a really interesting story for the second one, which is also character-based the way the first one is. Cool. Actually, I don't have enough juice to finish the whole mailbag. I'll do one more. I thought I did. Thoughts on Matt Reeves when asked if he plans to do the Batman Part 2 in IMAX? I guess the question is, would we go to the IMAX spherical and the whole format? I don't know. It's tough for me only because I am so drawn to the anamorphic aesthetic for what we're doing. With the vibe of it, I could see that. Really looking forward to the Batman 2. Really looking forward to the Penguin. I think that's all the juice I have. I was going to only go an hour. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight or this morning. I got to get to bed. I have a lot of stuff to do to get ready for Baltimore. See Bruce. I'll probably be doing a Tape Hunters episode during this weekend to see if I can find something. I don't know why this is still there. Okay, so I hope you have a good day. And please tell me your comments. And, the mailbag's not over, so you could put a few more in there for next time. See you, everyone.
Good night and good luck, 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 everyone.
Good night and good luck,
Good night and good luck, everyone.
Good night and good luck, everyone.